Ever wonder why the camera on your smartphone is positioned on the right or left side? It's a question that's piqued the curiosity of many a tech enthusiast. While it may seem like a mere design decision, there's actually a lot more that goes into determining the location of that tiny lens. You see, the placement of the smartphone camera isn't just about aesthetics or symmetry. It's a complex confluence of factors, from ergonomics and optical design to the placement of other components within the device. Each of these aspects plays a crucial role in deciding where that all-important camera ends up. Over the course of this video, we're going to explore each of these factors in more detail. We'll delve into how your smartphone's design strives for a balance between functionality and user comfort, and how that impacts where the camera is positioned. So stay tuned as we delve into the reasons behind your smartphone camera's position. The first reason for the positioning of smartphone cameras is ergonomics. This might seem like a minor detail, but it plays a significant role in our daily use of these devices. Ergonomics is the study of people's efficiency in their working environment. In the context of smartphones, it's all about making the device comfortable to hold and easy to use. When it comes to the camera placement, it's about more than just where it looks good. It's about where it feels good. Think about it. When you're holding your phone to take a photo, you don't want to be fumbling around, trying to find the lens. You want it to be in a place that's natural for your fingers to reach. Now you might be thinking, but I'm left-handed. Doesn't that affect where the camera should be? And you'd be right. The dominance of one hand over the other can indeed influence the optimal placement of the camera. Manufacturers, therefore, need to strike a balance, making the design as ergonomic as possible for the majority of users. They consider factors like how the phone is held during a call versus when taking a photo, how the change in position affects the balance of the phone, and how likely the camera is to be covered by the user's hand in different positions. It's a complex jigsaw puzzle, but when solved correctly, it leads to a seamless user experience. But it doesn't end there. The camera's position also affects how we use other features on our phones. For example, if the camera is placed towards the edge, it might be easier to use with one hand. On the other hand, if it's centered, it might provide a more balanced feel, especially when used in landscape mode. So the next time you snap a photo with your smartphone, remember, ergonomic design played a part in that shot. It's a subtle art, but one that makes our interactions with our smartphones that much smoother. Another factor that influences the positioning of smartphone cameras is the optical design. This term might sound a bit complex, but don't fret. It's just a fancy way of referring to the size and shape of the camera module. Now you might be wondering, why does the size and shape of the camera module matter? Well, it matters because it can dictate where the camera is positioned on the phone. Just like how you need to find the right place for a piece of furniture in your room, manufacturers need to find the right place for the camera module on the phone. The camera module isn't just a lens. It's a complex system that includes the image sensor, the lens, and other components that help capture and process images. And all these components need to fit into a small, slim module that doesn't take up too much space on the phone. So, when the engineers are designing the phone, they need to consider where this module will fit. Sometimes it fits best on the left side of the phone, sometimes on the right, and sometimes even in the center. It all depends on the specific design of the phone and the camera module. Moreover, the positioning isn't just about where the module fits, it's also about how the camera performs. The position of the camera can influence how light enters the lens, which can affect the quality of the images. So, the engineers also need to consider where the camera will capture the best images. In some cases, you might find that some camera modules are designed to fit better on the right or left side of the phone. This could be due to the shape of the module, the way the components are arranged inside it, or even the way the light enters the lens. So, the optical design of your smartphone camera isn't just about capturing great photos, but also about where the camera fits best. The other components of your phone also play a significant role in determining where the camera is placed. It's more than just a matter of aesthetics or ergonomics. It's a sophisticated dance of technology, where each component must find its place without stepping on the toes of the others. Consider the main processor, for instance. This is the brain of your smartphone. controlling everything from your apps to your operating system. It's a powerful piece of technology, but it also generates a considerable amount of heat. This means it needs space, and a good amount of it, to dissipate that heat effectively. Now imagine trying to squeeze a camera module right next to this heat source. It could potentially lead to overheating issues, potentially damaging the camera, or even affecting its performance. So the camera needs to be placed at a safe distance from the processor, which often means pushing it to the edges of the device where there's more room. Then there's the battery, another major component that takes up a significant chunk of space inside your phone. Batteries also generate heat, particularly when charging, and need space to vent this heat. Once again, this can limit where the camera can be placed. These are just two examples, but there are many more. Every component within your phone, from the speakers to the antennas, has its own requirements and constraints. Each one can influence where the camera ends up. So, the next time you pick up your smartphone and snap a quick photo, take a moment to appreciate the intricate dance of technology that's happening inside. Every component has been carefully arranged, with the camera placement being a strategic decision to ensure everything else fits and functions correctly. Therefore, your smartphone's camera position is also a strategic decision to accommodate other crucial components. Last but not least, aesthetics also influence the position of smartphone cameras. We live in a world where design matters. It shapes our perception and interaction with products, and smartphones are no exception. The camera's position can significantly affect the overall aesthetics of the phone, making it more or less appealing to potential users. Designers and engineers work in tandem to create a visually pleasing and functional device. While engineers focus on the technical aspects, designers consider the visual appeal. They play with shapes, colors, and yes, even the camera's position. The goal is to achieve a harmonious balance between functionality and aesthetics. Take a moment and imagine a smartphone with its camera placed smack in the middle. It might seem odd, right? That's because we've grown accustomed to certain design norms. And these norms aren't random. They're the result of countless hours of research, testing, and consumer feedback. Designers have found that positioning the camera on the top left or right corner creates a more balanced and visually appealing design. But remember, aesthetics aren't universal. What's appealing to some might not be to others. Some designers may find a centrally placed camera more aesthetically pleasing, breaking the norm and creating a unique visual identity for the device. Others might prefer the traditional corner placement for its familiarity and balance. The position of the camera can also subtly communicate the phone's identity. High-end models may show off their advanced camera systems with prominent placement and unique designs. On the other hand, budget-friendly models might opt for a more discreet camera placement to keep the focus on other features. So the camera's position isn't just a random decision. It's a calculated choice made to enhance the phone's overall aesthetics, balancing functionality with visual appeal. So next time you admire your phone's design, remember even the camera's position was carefully chosen to enhance its aesthetics. In summary, the position of your smartphone camera doesn't just happen by chance. It's a carefully considered decision that takes into account multiple factors. At the forefront of this decision-making process is ergonomics. The camera's placement must not only be comfortable for your hand, but also compatible with how you use your phone. Optical design plays a significant role too. The size and shape of the camera module can dictate its optimal position, ensuring that you get the best photo quality possible. The camera's location also depends on the placement of other internal components, like the main processor and battery. They all need to fit together like pieces of a puzzle. Last but not least, aesthetics matter. Designers strive to create a pleasing visual balance in the smartphone's layout. The camera's position contributes significantly to this balance, so there you have it. The mystery behind your smartphone camera's position has been unveiled.